Do you know a lot of people use pinyin or juyin to learn English pronunciation? What do you think? Do you think it's a good way? Hi, I'm Wayne. I'm going to show you how pinyin and juyin may ruin your English pronunciation and what you can do to solve the problem. So before we start, I'm going to briefly explain what pinyin and juyin are. Actually, they're both a type of Chinese phonetic system. They basically have the same sets of sounds, just with different symbols. Okay, so why do they ruin your English pronunciation? There are mainly two reasons. The first reason is that Chinese and English don't have the same sets of sounds, so you won't be able to learn all English sounds using a Chinese phonetic system. Some English sounds cannot be found in Chinese. Similarly, some Chinese sounds cannot be found in English. So most of the time, when there's an English sound people can't find in the Chinese phonetic system, they tend to use a replacement. For example, there is no th sound, th, as in thank you, in Chinese. So if people use a Chinese phonetic system to learn this sound, it may be replaced by t, f, or s, making it something like thank you, or thank you. This slight difference often causes misunderstandings. The second reason is even worse. Two different sounds may have the same symbol in Chinese and English phonetic systems. For example, the, b, g, in Chinese, they are da, ba, ga. In English, they are da, ba, ga. So you may hear Chinese speakers pronouncing the words dog, boy, go as dog, boy, go. You may also hear English speakers pronouncing the Chinese words 大表哥 as 大表哥. So using pinyin or juyin to learn is going to ruin your English pronunciation. So how do we learn English pronunciation? There are basically two ways, one for before puberty and one for after puberty. Before puberty, all you need to do is just listen more and do some practice. You really don't need any extra help. Normally, we don't learn any phonetic knowledge to learn pronunciation when we are young. If you ask anyone in Hong Kong, you'd know that we've never learned any Cantonese phonetic system when we were young. Yet almost everyone in Hong Kong doesn't have a problem pronouncing Cantonese words. So before puberty, all you need to do is just listen more and do some practice. However, things change after puberty. After puberty, it's impossible to learn new sounds by just listening more through our ears. I'm going to tell you why your ears aren't that reliable anymore. I'm not sure if you know this, but there's a critical period for learning almost everything, meaning it will be harder for you to learn after the period. For most skills, the critical period ends at around teenagers. Unfortunately, according to this study and this study, the critical period for learning how to distinguish different sounds ends after you're 12 months old. So without further assistance, it's very hard for a normal person to distinguish sounds that are different outside their native language. For example, L and R fall into the same category in Japanese, so most Japanese speakers do not know L and R are two different sounds and are not able to distinguish between L and R. Also, I and I fall into the same category in Chinese, so most Chinese speakers do not know I and I are two different sounds and are not able to distinguish between I and I. So to solve this kind of problem, just relying on your ears is not enough. You have to first be aware of the existence of their difference and feel it with your mouth by following certain phonological instructions. This is when phonetic systems come into play, but we're not going to use Chinese phonetic systems such as pinyin and juyin. We should use English phonetic systems to assist us. If you're thinking about which English phonetic system is superior, I'm going to explain it to you in another video. So what we've learned in this video. In this video, we've learned that pinyin and juyin ruin your English pronunciation because of two reasons. Because Chinese and English don't have the same sets of sounds, and two different sounds may have the same symbol in English and Chinese phonetic systems. So they lead to massive disasters. And the correct way to learn English pronunciation is by listening to more English or using the English phonetic systems. If you're interested in having a standard English accent, click the link below to get a free gift. This video ends here. See ya.